We have Rachel McGarry with us right now, and we're going to be playing her album Songs for Savasana. Rachel McGarry is a Canadian devotional chant artist, yoga teacher, and owner. Let me make sure I got this all. Owner of the Sanctuary is based in London, Ontario, and yoga teacher and owner of Sanctuary, and based in London, Ontario. She is part of the Kirtan dub Mahadevi, which means great goddess, and can be found at monthly kirtans as well as private events, festivals, and yoga classes across the city and beyond. Rachel combines her love for devotional music and yoga to offer concerts, classes, and workshops that nourish, inspire, and guide you home to yourself. Rachel is excited to share her debut album, Songs for Savasana, with an even wider audience. And this album soothes and relaxes, inspires deep rest and release. Rachel affectionately calls the songs lullabies for grown-ups. And she's with us right now. We're about to hear, maybe we should call this album Lullabies for Grown-ups. I'm only kidding. You know,
Thanks, Gary.
Songs for Savasana is perfect. But I like that. It's funny, it's lullabies for grown-ups. It's good. I've been playing this album on my shows and enjoy it deeply. I want to tell you that, I get so many albums, and it was really great seeing you at a Ahimsa Yoga and Music Festival recently, where you handed me this CD, and I believe you're friends with Betty and Bill.
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's how we all got together that way, and it was a fine festival. Maybe someday we'll see you up on the stage there.
I would love that.
Yeah, and so, but I'm very, very happy that you did give me your CD, Songs for Savasana, or I don't know whether I would know about it, and it is very, very beautiful. So I want to let people know right off the bat that your website is www.sanctuary.is. And so tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe a sentence or two, and how this album came about.
Sure. First of all, I just want to say thank you for playing my music and for having me on your show today. I'm really I feel very blessed to be here.
You're welcome.
I've been, a little bit about me, I've been listening to mantra and been chanting mantras for years. But it wasn't until 2016 when I took Brendan McMorrow's intensive Bhakti Heartfire Kirtan Academy training that I realized that this is the kind of music that I'm meant to be singing. This is the kind of music that my heart was longing to connect with and create beautiful melodies to these ancient mantras. I kind of fell in love in those 6 days with this practice, with this beautiful devotional practice. And so since then, I just playing and with spirit and being inspired to allow and open and allow the songs to kind of flow through me. And I amassed quite a few of them and then decided I think I needed to share them beyond what I was doing in my yoga classes. I'd sing these songs to my students. I teach restorative yoga. So a lot of these songs were sung to soothe and calm and relax the students in my classes. And it just came to be wanting to be shared with a larger audience, a larger group of people. And so I contacted Chris Gartner, and he is an amazing producer, multi-instrumentalist. He's a super kind human being, and he was very gently guided me through the process of recording this album and taking my songs, these little lullabies that I sang to my students, and helped to grow them and create this beautiful, just loving gift that I think the album is.
Beautiful. Yeah. When maybe ask you a question I like to ask people about yourself. When did you first become attracted to to this kind of music and yoga? And you grew up in. Did you grow up in London, Ontario?
No. I was born in Niagara Falls. I grew up there and moved to Toronto for university. I was there for many, many years. And I've just moved to London about 4 years ago. So
Okay.
I spent most of my life in Toronto, and that's where I began my yoga journey, my yoga practice. I've been practicing yoga for probably about 25 years, and teaching only for a few years. I'm a fairly new teacher, maybe 3 or 4 years, 3 years. And in terms of mantra and kirtan, it came to me through yoga, through the music and the classes that I attended, through yoga conferences that had kirtans, live music. I think the first one that I'd ever been to was at the Toronto Yoga Conference quite a few years ago. And I just was blown away by the heart-opening capacity of these mantras to move me in that way.
Did you? Were you always into music? Were you a musician early on?
I've loved to sing my entire life. I think my mom will tell stories of me singing to her guests when she would have a dinner party, and I was 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
So I've always had music in my life. I've been in church choirs and school, like musical productions and stuff when I was young. And as I got older and, through university, started playing in bands and stuff, more kind of rock and pop music. And then eventually back into the community choir and that sort of community singing. And then this is a logical progression for me into kirtan and mantra.
Oh, beautiful. Well, we're going to begin playing these songs, and beautiful songs. There's 11 songs, and it begins with hope, faith, surrender. So maybe before we play the songs, you could give us a few words about each one, or you can do it after. It's up to you. You want to play it first and comment after?
No, actually, I'd like to talk about it a little bit before you play it, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So this whole album kind of takes us on a bit of a journey into ourselves, starting with moving through maybe some of the darker or stuck places and then leading to more and more lightness as we go through. So just that is a beginning place. So hopefully surrender, at the start of the album, sets the tone for sinking into this place of stillness, of quiet, of rest and relaxation. So the words themselves, there's only 3 words in the song, but we can hope for the best. We can have faith that things are going to work out for us, but until we surrender control, nothing can manifest. So it's about that letting go. So I would invite people, if you're listening at home and you can stretch out and relax, to just surrender to it. And maybe as the song is playing, think about something that you might be willing to surrender, a belief, an emotion, a way of being, a relationship, whatever it is that you need to let go of. Maybe use this song as a tool to help.
Okay.
Surrender.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Beautiful song. It's fading out now. And very grateful to have Rachel McGarry with us right now. Her album is Songs for Savasana. It's available on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, Spotify, and other online platforms. And she's with us right now. Let's say hello. So beautiful. Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. My absolute pleasure.
Mm-hmm. I feel it. I feel that inside of me. Oh, it's this beautiful song. Sometimes I find it difficult to separate myself from it and then get into talking again.
Yes, it's like using different parts of the brain.
Yeah, it's sort of I want to get lost in that. It feels like I just want to surrender. Yeah, I hear it and you sing about it, and it feels like the surrendering process in the song itself, and you just get drawn into it. That deeper part of ourselves that we feel very, very. It's like a knowledge, like we know ourselves on that level, and it's a recognition and a reminder of who we are, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's that remembering.
Yeah, it's like going home to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you. The next is Ganesha and Lakshmi. What would you like to say about that?
Ganesha and Lakshmi. So these, the song combines the seed mantras or bij mantras for each of those, the god and goddess. So Ganesha is the remover of obstacles, and Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance. So for me, combining the two together, I refer to them lovingly as the dynamic duo when they're together. So Ganesha removes the obstacles so that abundance can flow, so that we're in the flow of the goodness that comes in our lives when we're connected and we've gotten out of our own way. So maybe if people want to play along and, think about an obstacle that needs to be cleared in order to manifest whatever it is that you're dreaming for this beautiful new year, might be a good thing to keep in mind. Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. I can think of a couple. Probably we all can. So let's keep that in mind as we listen to this song. And thank you for the introduction and the music, Ganesha and Lakshmi. It's the second song on the album of Songs for Savasana by Rachel McGarry. And it's very beautiful. I'm very happy to have you on the show today. So here's the music. Thank you. Rachel McGarry and her album Songs for Savasana, that was Ganesha and Lakshmi. Rachel is a London-based yoga teacher and devotional chant artist and owner of Sanctuary. You can visit www.sanctuary.is for mantra meanings and a full restorative yoga sequence to accompany this album. And you spell her name, Rachel McGarry, MC, capital Garry. And you're listening to WRPI Troy. I'm your host, Gary Goldberg, for Gary's Music Show. And thank you for being with us. And Rachel McGarry is with us. Hello, Rachel.
Hi, Gary.
Hi. You know, I want to share something that was going on that I experienced while listening to this music, the Ganesha and Lakshmi. I felt, I said a prayer. It came spontaneously. That divine spirit, that my wish is to be use me in complete service to your wishes, and provide for me what is right for me, and not necessarily what I think is right for me. And let me surrender to trusting that I am in perfect hands with your divine wisdom and love, and whatever blocks me from recognizing that, please help me remove it. I guess that's my prayer.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Gary.
Thank you. That's what was inspired from listening to that.
Oh, wow.
So thank you.
Thank you. That's pretty amazing. It is such power. There's such power in these mantras and these beautiful words that have been chanted millions of times over thousands of years. They carry such vibrational power to them to change, to shift, to inspire. I just feel so blessed to be able to do what I do, and hearing things like what you just said, how it impacts you and affects you in that way is just such a blessing.
Oh yeah, thank you. Music is powerful, and with mantra, the combination is the best. I think mantra and music were meant for each other. Yeah. So we're going to hear "Stay with Me," and it's an English song, isn't it?
Well, there is a mantra in it. There is some English words, and then there is a mantra to the Dark Mother, the fierce warrior goddess Kalima, so the goddess of death and rebirth, of transformation and change. So she helps us to find our courage to spend time in the shadows. There are times in all of our lives when we come to face to face with our own shadows, our own dark side, and it's about finding the courage to really sit with our own darkness and be open to what teachings it has for us, what lessons it has for us, rather than running and trying to just make everything better and feel light again. It's just like spending some time there in the dark a little bit. And she gives us the courage to do that and to let go of the parts of ourselves that actually need to die so that we can be reborn, so that we can move into the next phase of our lives. This is more of the surrendering and letting go of the things that don't work for us. And sometimes we're not willing to see it or spend time with it, or we're not willing to let things go or let things die that need to die. So this song is about that, and the mantra can help us to shift things that are a little bit stuck, because she'll cut it away with her sword. I want to just mention that my Mahadevi bandmate Karen Austin joins me on a few tracks on this album, and this is one of them where you'll hear her beautiful harmonies come in as well.
All right. Thank you. So this is Stay With Me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Beautiful. That's Stay With Me from the album Songs for Savasana by Rachel McGarry. And you spell McGarry, capital MC, capital Garry. I don't think Rachel would mind me saying that. She's with us right now, by the way, for those who are just tuning in. She writes in the on the album, "My heart is filled with so much love and gratitude to all who made this album possible. This is a huge co-creation with Spirit and with the many beautiful humans who have lent their support, encouragement, love, and blessings to this album. Thanks to all who introduced me to the magic of music and mantra, to my loving Deva Tree Kula, my yoga students and kirtan singers, the unconditional love and support from my mom, my beloved Nona and Nono, my ancestors, Mother Earth, and the divine feminine that flows through us. Also, thanks to Chris for gently guiding me through the recording process, sharing your knowledge, experience, and incredible talents. Katrin, for your friendship, blood harmonies, and your unwavering belief in me. Brenda, for leading the way as a friend, mentor, and inspiration. And Deb, for your guidance and for seeing the way before I could imagine it. My beautiful family and friends, for your love and encouragement. Thanks to all who financially supported this love project. The Kickstarter backers, fundraiser attendees, Kula mates, family and friends. We created this together. So I hope that's okay to read.
Oh, thank you for doing that.
Yeah. I find in my life, too, the more I acknowledge the people in my life that have contributed to me, the more I can really, you really get into the experience of what they contributed, because we are all into this together, and it's a beautiful thing that we have a community of friends that are behind us, with us, and so it's it's a great feeling, isn't it?
It is. It's so incredibly powerful. And I had thought about it before I did the album. I could have done it on my own, but I reached out and took a risk and put myself out there in terms of starting a Kickstarter campaign for the album funding. And I'm so glad I did, because the album was birthed with so much love and support around it that it may not have had otherwise. From all of this beautiful, loving messages of support, of love, of kindness, and also some financial support to help get it off the ground. But it was birthed in this bubble of, love.
It is, yeah, that bubble of love. I love that, birth in that bubble of love. Thank you. The next song is Divine Mother Anandamayi. Would you like to say something about that?
Just something short. Yeah, this song is in honor of the divine feminine in her many forms, as the great goddess, as Mother Earth. And I'm just thinking, perhaps as we're listening to this today, we can send love to the parts of Mother Earth that are hurting.
Yeah, and if you've been hiding in a hole, the world, there's a lot of problems going on with that need healing, mm-hmm. and it hurts me, the rainforest problem was mm-hmm. in Australia. I can't believe what they said, how many animals were expired, because it's just mind-boggling.
Yes. Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Really is. So we really need to open up our hearts and send healing energy to these mm-hmm. places that are under extreme stress. Not only the people that are doing their best that live in these areas, and we bless them all, and we need the divine. We need to call on divine help.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So we're going to hear Divine Mother Anandamayi. Thank you so much. Rachel McGarry is with us. I'm so happy you're with us today. Thank you.
Me too. Thanks, Gary.
Satyam Satyamai
I am so grateful that Rachel is with us. So Rachel, thank you for being on the show and accepting my invitation. You know, when I first got your album, I played it for a while, and then I thought, well, I got to get you on the show and get you featured on my album show, which I like to do, feature albums that I really want the listeners to hear. I think are special, and not just a selection here, a selection there, but hear it straight through. And having the opportunity to be able to give you that, I feel blessed to be able to go through this musical journey, you know, and there's so many people I've done this with, and you know a few. Brenda McMorrow is one of them, and from her last album, we did this, and so it's amazing that I can provide this service. I'm really grateful that I am given this opportunity here at the radio station WRPI, and having artists that I can feature, such as yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song we just heard, by the way. It was just gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you. And as we were listening, you know, Jai Ma means victory to the divine feminine. And so I kept picturing this victory to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
You know, and all that she's going through, like honoring, and she will rise victorious.
Yes. You know, Mother Earth has gone through so many changes over the millions of years it's been here. Or, you know, so, I mean, ice ages, you know, the planet has been wiped out and rejuvenated a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think it's up to us, too, to know that it feels like the Mother Earth, we are Mother Earth. We were born here. We are of the earth. We are of the sky. We're of, you know, so I think it behooves us to really feel what Mother Earth feels. It's alive. It's alive.
Yes. Yes, she is.
And, you know, and in my studies and in my practices, Rachel, I feel this connection with everything, every human, everything that I feel is a part of me. You know, when we can identify that we're not a separate, we are in this body. We're looking out from this place, but we're like the billions of cells in our body. They all work together, so for us to be here and do what we're doing. It's a miracle. It seems.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I think when we can connect in with our hearts and we can really, you know, let go of all of the ego and all of the will and bits, and we can really surrender, then we can feel that connection with the greater,
yes,
you know, of all of us, and that connection of oneness, that feeling of oneness and spaciousness that we can create through stillness and through really tuning into our hearts. And mantra practice is a big one for that, for me.
Yeah, it's a big one for that. I go to as many kirtans as I can, and I'm fortunate enough to have a number of them coming up. You know, there's one, I'll just mention a few kirtans in this area coming up. We have one at Kripalu with Lee Mirabai Harrington. That's tomorrow in the evening at Kripalu, and in Woodstock, New York, there's a kirtan that's coming Saturday. So then you want to travel to Woodstock Yoga for that, and I don't mind traveling an hour or two, you know, to go to a kirtan. You know, it's a beautiful experience. Yoga Mandali is we're going to have Ambika. Ambika is going to be at Yoga Mandali on the 25th of this month, is Saturday. You know, so I love it. It's part of my life, and also the practice that we do on our own, you know, important.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to just mention that Brenda McMorrow is coming to London this Thursday. We're so lucky to be able to have her here in London at Aeolian Hall.
Oh, good. Anything else you want? By the way, I noticed you stream your kirtans, don't you? Sometimes?
I don't, but I do some videos, but I'm going to start to get into streaming some of them because I love being able to participate in kirtan because there's not many, well, I'm the only one in London usually that does kirtan.
Okay.
Kirtan, so I'd like to be involved as much as I can. So often it's through streaming, so I'd like to offer that as well. Yeah.
Because I noticed on your on your kirtan on your Facebook page, you had a you had a recent kirtan, and
yes, on Sunday night, yeah.
do
a monthly kirtan at North Yoga and Wellness, and so we sometimes we just will video a chant and then share that.
Okay. So I know that people can connect with you on Facebook, and I love Facebook. It's a great place we can all connect with each other, and I'm very grateful for that. That we can go to or it's available, and you can make friends, and people can check it out, and wow. It's amazing. I don't know what I did. I did before that. I think it was all email or something. Crazy, and
Yes.
At any rate, this is the world we live in, and it offers many opportunities for connection, I think.
It does.
So we're gonna play Freedom.
Mahamitra.
Go say it.
Mahamritranjaya.
Mitramjaya,
Mritranjaya. So it's a mantra to Lord Shiva, the god of transformation and change. And this song came through me. And I say that songs come through me because I feel like my job is to really just be clean and clear and show up with my guitar and just wait and allow, the songs to kind of come through. And so this one came through in a time when I was going through a lot of change. And I remember the first few versions of this song, I would be sobbing through them as when we're going through change, we might want the transformation, but there's a lot of growing pains associated with it as well. And so this song came through a period of change like that. And once you can get through those difficult parts and let go and allow the transformation to happen. That's when freedom comes, right?
Yes, definitely. This is so beautiful. This music. That was Frida Maha Mrityunjaya. Rachel McGarry is with us. McGarry. This album, Songs for Savasana, is available on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, Spotify, and other online platforms. And you can go to Rachel's website, which is www.sanctuary.is. And the thought occurred to me, and it sometimes does when I play these albums, Rachel, that, wow, they need, my recommendation is that when people get this, they do themselves a big favor and sit down with it and listen to it all the way through. Don't and without any distractions. Don't take your phone, put it in another room or whatever. Sit down, and I prefer either early morning, but mostly the darkness just before you go to bed. Because especially this album, what do you think?
Mm-hmm. This album was meant for that kind of listening. So it was really like Savasana is that final resting pose in most yoga classes. So this album was meant to take you into that meditative, fully relaxed space. So I love it. And sometimes people don't have an hour and 8 minutes to listen to the entire album, but if you do, it's a really deep listening and deep experience of nourishment and rest and relaxation and just like settling and feeling that connection inward. So yes, absolutely, I think that's the best way to listen to it. And if that is not possible, as often as you might like, to take one or two songs and settle into a very comfortable Savasana or restorative pose and listen to the album that way.
You have been playing this music in your classes?
Yes, I play it live in my classes. I provide live music for my yoga students, and sometimes recorded. And they were very excited the first time it wasn't released yet, but I played one of the recorded songs for them, and I remember them saying, "Oh!" Because of course, when it's just me in my class, I don't have me singing the layers of harmonies or me and Karen singing the layers of harmonies, so it feels much more full and rich. When all of the layering happens. So, but yes, I do sing to my students. I call them Sing You to Sleep Restorative Yoga classes. So if someone starts snoring, I know I've done my job.
Well, let me tell you, you on the guitar and your voice, that's enough for me. Honestly.
Thank you.
We don't need any more. And if whatever else is all gravy, Your songs are so beautiful. Your voice, you're so beautiful. Your guitar playing, it all works together. The next song is Your Love, a Maha Mantra. Any words?
This is the great mantra, the Hare Krishna mantra. And so for me, it's just when I'm feeling out of sorts, this is the way to connect into my heart space. It's that bridge. I heard it said the bridge to the divine, right? And it really is. So for me, this is the one I reach for when I'm feeling disconnected from my heart, and it opens it up every time. And I think it took a long time for me to be able to sing this mantra without bawling. So now, and sometimes it still happens, but it's that heart. For me, this is the one that gets me in the heart.
Me and you. There's something about the Maha Mantra. You can't do wrong with chanting Hare Krishna, it seems.
You can't.
and the various ways in which it's sung it's all music to my ears. So here we go with Your Love.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Beautiful. Rachel McGarry is on Facebook. You can friend her if you're not friends already, and you can also you can probably contact her through there's an email address associated with the sanctuary.is, and you get into that sanctuary is yoga, Reiki, music, sacred space, right? Rachel.
Yes.
Yeah. And you write, this album is dedicated to love. May we all find a way home. That's so beautiful. And and we sometimes we feel so disconnected. I know I do at times. And then it's so sweet when we find our way back, isn't it?
It is. And mantra is one of the beautiful, the music and mantra is one of the beautiful way, and yoga, back into that heart space, into that centered place, that connected place to the divine.
And it's always there waiting,
Always.
waiting for us to return. Oh, but that's the way. That's in you. Whatever you're doing, we're out in the world, and it's we can't help but be pulled into various things because it's just the way it is. But because we've been graced and blessed to have these practices, these mantra practices, and to be able to sing this music, it gives you a sense of real gratitude because not everybody has this opportunity that we have,
Yes, it's true. Well, I hope more and more people get tuned in and turned on to this beautiful practice.
Me too. The next one is loving kindness, Omani Padme Hum. That's my friend who I'm going to see tomorrow. She chants all Buddhist chants, so... and I see more and more of the Buddhist chants are being included with the Hindu chants that we normally are here in Kirtan.
It's a lovely one. Well, this one is often chanted to the goddess Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion. And so for us, I often think about, we as humans are, big-hearted, generally kind, loving human beings, and we're compassionate with each other, and sometimes we're not as compassionate with ourselves. So that's my invitation with this mantra is really to practice some self-compassion, to be a little more gentle with our own heart.
Beautiful. And here it is. Thank you.
Om
Rachel, thank you again for being with us. It's great, and we're going to continue to play your album, Songs for Savasana. What I'd like to do is combine, since we're getting close to, I want to make sure we get it all in. So I would like to start combining, like, let it flow from my love for you to One with the Goddess, and we'll do the same for the other two. We'll put them together, and so that we can get all the music in, and maybe you could make a couple comments about each one of the songs we're going to play now, starting with My Love for You and One with the Goddess.
Sure. Both songs actually they're beautiful lullabies. So My Love for You is really in honor of the earth, the elements, the animals, and my ancestors. It's a song of gratitude. So oftentimes I'm inspired by nature, and I sit outside and I create, and so I feel like nature is a co-creator, and I want to honor that in a way.
Yeah.
So that's what that song is about.
Yeah.
And then One with the Goddess is another beautiful lullaby that really connects with the essence of the divine feminine. And no matter how we identify as male, female, other, we'll have a connection to the divine feminine. So it's an acknowledgement of this connection. And for me, it's a really strong one that has been a part of my life since I was, in university studying world religions and female spirituality, and has come at different places in my life to become a very important part of my self and my spiritual practice, and my connection to the divine is through the feminine.
Beautiful. Thank you. So here we go.
I just want to say one more thing before you play, if I may.
Okay. Of course.
I want to. Chris Gardner actually co-wrote a couple of the. Well, his work is all over this album, but One with the Goddess is one of the songs where his guitar playing creates this beautiful music box envelope for the song, and so I want to give him credit there.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm glad you did. So here we go with My Love for You and One with the Goddess from the album Songs for Savasana by Rachel McGarry. Here we are. And you're listening to WRPI Troy.
Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, my love for you, ancestors, Earth's creatures, my love for you. This one's for you. This one's for you. My love for you. My love for you. My love for you. My love for you. I am one with the goddess, with the goddess. Oh, I am one with the goddess, with the goddess. Oh, 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 I am one with the goddess, with the goddess. Oh, I am one with the goddess, with the goddess. Oh, all is her.
Thank you for tuning in today to WRPI, Troy, WRPI.org. And we're listening to Songs for Savasana by Rachel McGarry. And the two selections, we're moving down and getting close to the end. And to Heart Song and Sweet Lament is going to, then that will be the entire album. And it's been great doing this, Rachel. I hope isn't it wonderful? I just love this.
I do too. Thank you so much, Gary.
Hear the music as it flows from one song to the next, and having your commentary is really, and talking with you and just exchanging with you was wonderful. So I appreciate that. Sanctuary.is. So the next two songs, Heart Song and Sweet Lament, I'm going to play back to back, and then we'll say our goodbyes. But you want to say something about these two songs?
Just very briefly,
Okay.
just Heart Song is really about tuning into the stillness. We've been talking about the stillness of this whole album, kind of bringing us to that place of quiet, and that's a place where we can really connect with our own intuitive guidance, our own higher selves, and sometimes it comes through this whisperings of the heart that I sing about in the song. And as a yoga teacher, I encourage us to this place of stillness often. To rest and relax our nervous systems, but also to use it as a way to tune into our own wisdom, to our own inner guru, per se. So, and then Sweet Lament is this beautiful lullaby to a bit of vocal sweetness to end the album.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going really, really beautiful. And so here is Heart Song and Sweet Lament from the beautiful album Songs for Savasana, Rachel McGarry. Thank you, Rachel.
Listen close, this is a heart song. Listen close, this is a lullaby. Listen close, this is a song of love. Listen close, listen close, listen close, listen close, listen close. Listen close to the whisperings, to the whisperings, to the whisperings, to the whisperings of the heart, of your heart, of the
There is Rachel. Hello. Hello, Rachel.
Hi.
Yeah. Must be a scratch on my CD. Apologize for that. But
I'll have to get you another one.
yeah, definitely. So we're going to move right into the next track, which is Sweet Lament. Thank you. There it is. You've heard it. The entire album, Songs for Savasana by Rachel McGarry. As I mentioned earlier, she's a London, Ontario-based yoga teacher and devotional chant artist and owner of Sanctuary. And you can visit www.sanctuary.is for mantra meetings and a full restorative yoga sequence to accompany this album. And this album is dedicated to love. May we all find a way home. Thank you, Rachel, for being with us today on the show. And it was great doing this with you. I mean, I really love this music all the way through. It's so peaceful and really is really heartfelt all the way. Congratulations. This is a fine album.
Oh, thank you so much, Gary. And thank you for all that you do, for your love and support of the Kirtan community, for, spreading your love of music and mantra, and you bring more love to the world through what you do. So I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful that for your support of of my work and my album and playing me and having me on your show. I feel so blessed. So thank you so much, Gary.
Definitely, I feel so blessed too, and you can be sure that music from this album will continue to be played on my radio shows. So I'm honored. It's just it's the way it is. I mean, people need to hear it over and over again. That's the way I think. These are beautiful songs, and the more we hear it, the better.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you, Rachel.